What was the feeling like for you when you released your first song?
Were
you absolutely scared out of your mind?
Yes, I was going to say full of fear.
What's up, everybody? We're back. Another episode of Deepish. And I feel like someday I have to get better at some shtick to introduce episodes.
That's all you need.
You know what I want? You know what I really want? Is like, I feel like I need something to call people that listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Deep Enders sounds super weird.
I kind of like it.
But I kind of like it.
I like it.
Deepishers.
Yeah.
But then
like
that, you know what that reminds me of? I can't believe I'm going to swear this early in the episode, but whatever. It's just what it is. Do you know Christmas Vacation?
Yes.
With Chevy, one of my favorite movies of all
Iconic.
time. So when I say Deepishers, all I can think of is Cousin Eddie standing out front. So my 8-year-old last year at Christmas, every now and then, he tries to pilot little swearing a little,
Just
see how
what
I
trouble
respond.
it is.
Oh, he dropped the F-bomb a couple weeks ago. Out of nowhere.
No way.
Yeah, this has been a couple months ago. And I looked at him, I said, "What in the hell did you just say?" And he goes, "I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad." Well, so it's like Christmas time. He's got a 2-month-old baby brother. We're walking in our house. I think we've been at a Christmas Eve service. I run at a church. And he just starts giggling. And I was like, "What are you laughing at, dude?" He goes, "She goes around the house, wrapped up the damn cat," which is a line.
The line from the, yeah? Is that one of his favorite movies?
Yeah.
That's a good
So
Christmas
you know what he
family
would
movie.
tell you is his favorite movie of all time is White Christmas with Bing Crosby.
Wow.
And his second favorite is It's a Wonderful Life.
What a classy man.
Yeah,
Little
he's a mess.
boy you're raising.
Yeah. So anyways,
Classics.
Karissa, welcome to
Hey.
Deepish.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on. You have unfortunately experienced already in the 30 minutes we've been sitting here the full brevity of my ADHD.
Oh,
on
yeah, I'm
every
right there
level.
with you, so it's
And
fine.
it's bad.
No, it's not.
My ADHD is really bad.
No.
And I talk about it all the time on this podcast. And I just when my wife and I've told this story a million times. My wife gets annoyed at me because on the podcast, she's like, "You always say, I think I might have talked about this before with somebody." And I'm like, "Well, hold on. Hear me out for a second. This episode is, I think, episode 32.
Wow.
I think.
Honored. Congrats.
Well, thank
It's
you.
a lot of
so much for that.
episodes. So how can you keep track of what you said?
That's my thing. It's like,
Yeah.
there was one episode recorded that was 3 hours long that we only released 2, but I'm like, you think I remember?
Yeah.
There's I have a good memory when it comes to things that didn't happen within the last 24 to 48 hours,
Yeah.
especially my last 24 hours. There's no shot I remember everything.
Birthday.
Yeah. But so it's like, I'm like, yeah, what do you want me to say?
Yeah.
I
I
but
don't blame you, but you just
you
you're
just,
like,
yeah,
just
it's just
put it out.
whatever happens,
maybe
happens.
if it happens, maybe
So
said it.
when my wife and I first got, I don't even know if we were married or dating. I've always been very ADHD. I'm undiagnosed, but it doesn't take you long to spend, you don't have to spend much time with me to go, "Oh my God, they're just all over the place."
I haven't thought that since I've been here.
Well, thank you.
I just think you're
Well,
genuine.
my mother-in-law looks at me and she goes, "You need to go on Ritalin." And it was like this whole thing for the longest time. And when I was in my early 20s, I was a little spicier than now I'm just unhinged. Back then I was spicier. I don't know how to define it, but now I'm just I think part of it is getting into your early 30s, you learn more about who you are.
Yeah.
And you learn how to be authentically you, as opposed to being just spicy. If that makes
Well, you're
sense.
figuring it out,
Yeah.
right? You don't really know what you like, who you are,
And
what
it
you
takes you until late 20s, early 30s to really
Yeah.
get to that point.
Yeah.
I feel like. And so she used to always be like, "You need to go on Ritalin." And I was like, there's no shot in hell I'm ever going on any drug for ADHD.
No, you're fine. Don't do
Yeah,
it.
you want me to.
It's part of who you are.
That's my thing. Is you don't want me to be me.
Unless you're leaving, my sister, love
Mhm.
you, she deals with that very
Okay,
badly.
yeah.
And it's I feel bad for her a lot of times because she doesn't mean to, and she'll leave there's been times where she left her credit card in at the gas station.
Oh yeah.
Or left with the pump.
Oh,
and stuff like
that
that.
can't be real.
So she has it pretty
did
bad.
that?
She did do that, yeah.
It was-
Because she just, her mind moved on to something else and she forgot
know
she
what's
didn't take it
bad?
out yet. So
I don't remember if it was last night or the night before. One of the last couple nights, I get in bed and I go, it wasn't last night, it must have been 2 nights ago. And I get in bed and I'm like, did I lock all of the doors to the house? Okay, well, the alarm, it let me set the alarm. So all the doors are shut. And then I go, but is the garage door closed? Because I'd been outside and I don't know if, and this is like 11:30 at night.
No, I've done that too.
I just like,
and then I have to go and check every single door. I'm like, yes, okay, it is locked, it's locked.
One time, so I bake sourdough bread all the time.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's.
I want to start doing
Remember
that.
we were talking about like all of my vices and how deep of holes I'm in with coffee. Yeah, sourdough's also.
I feel like
one.
those that fits.
Yeah,
like
just,
everyone goes down that hole once, and continues.
Yeah, it's just where
that's
we
a good
are.
One. Yeah.
So I had gotten up early one morning to bake bread. I think I was like taking it to. I used to go to Barry's boot camp in Nashville all the time.
Yeah.
And I still go, but like at the time I was going all the time. And I think I was baking bread to take someone there, but I had to take my son to school that morning. So I like bake bread and like leave to go, and I get like 10 minutes down the road and my wife texts me and I go, I don't remember if I turned the oven off or not. And she's like, she's at work.
Yeah.
Sitting on her phone watching our Ring camera to see if there's smoke coming out of that. I swear to God.
I think it's fine. I think it's good.
I'm like, we're fine. Like,
yeah.
what, like, the bread's not gonna catch on fire.
Yeah. I do the same thing. Like, I feel like as a girl, we always are like, did I unplug my curling iron? Did I do that? And like now it's the point where I have to say it out loud. Like, I unplugged my curling iron.
Oh yeah, like, I will have to take a picture to prove to myself if I ask questions of like, did I remember to do this?
I know.
Then I'm like, oh yeah, I did.
So
but,
I'm self-diagnosed as well. So
okay. So on that note,
yes,
who is the more detail-oriented person in your marriage, you or your husband?
I would say probably my husband. He's an accountant.
Really? Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah.
So he loves a spreadsheet.
1,000% more detail-oriented.
I am so happy I have him. But I'm like both, I'm type A and type B. So I'm like, we're kind of right in the middle. I'm not one or the other. I can be very organized. I can be very clean. And then I can have all the drawers out, and be a mess.
Yeah.
But
it just depends on the day of the week. It's like sometimes I get motivated and I go, I have a pile of laundry. I'm not only going to clean this laundry up, I'm going to fold all the new laundry and put it away. And then other days I'm just like, but when it comes to details, don't ask me. Nope.
No, same.
My wife is the details person.
You got to have one. So
at
least, it's a good match.
It's like Jeff Foxworthy used to have this old joke. I don't know if you've ever heard this or not before.
You might be a redneck if, no, not that one.
My son, speaking of that, my oldest asked me the other day, he's real into like all the old Disney Channel shows. Yeah. It's like we're raising him watching all the stuff
You're doing it right.
We try.
Yes.
At least try to do
one. That's the good stuff. So
yeah. So like he's watched Hannah Montana 9 times. The Jonas Show. He's watched
Did you watch That's So Raven?
He has not watched That's So Raven yet. He's watched Sweet Life, both Sweet Lives. He's watched them 20 times. Wizards, he's watched that.
Oh yeah.
So I don't remember if I think it was an episode of Wizards, which I never liked that show very much. I don't think I was allowed to watch that growing up, as a matter of fact, because it was Wizards. See, I told you the lights just flickered. It's Mary Catherine and Glenn saying hi. They're saying hi. So there was an episode of, I think it was Wizards, where they're like out in, it's like hillbilly episode or something. Yeah. And they like went into a portal. I don't know. And he looks at me and goes, Dad, what's the difference between that country and our country? Like where we live. And I was like, well, we're like, country, that's hillbilly. There's a big difference. Like we're kind of redneck, that's not. And he's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, that made sense to you? Because like his brain does not function in gray. It is like black or white. And I like last night, we were on my buddy's boat yesterday, and he goes, Dad, what's the biggest ship in the world? And I'm like, I don't know.
It's a great question.
Like why? Like, dude, why are you asking me this? And he's like, look it up for me. And I'm like,
okay, he's a deep thinker.
Yes. And so I have to look it up, and it's some like Japanese cargo freight hauler or something. Wow. I don't even know. And
I was going to ask what it was.
Yeah, I don't remember what the name of it is. It had like an interesting nickname, but.
Do you think he takes after you more or your wife?
I would, so he acts more like me, but I think he thinks more like his mom.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, but if you were around him for 5 minutes, you would go like, oh my, like he looks just like me. But if you like watched the way he acts, you would go, oh yeah, like you all are carbon copies of each other.
Your family. He's yours.
So like, oh, that's what I was saying. Jeff, see, here's the ADHD. Jeff Foxworthy. It all comes back. So he had this old joke at one of his specials about how like he gets a phone call And his wife's like, who was that? And he goes, oh, it's Glenn. She's like, what Glenn want? He goes, oh, so-and-so's in the hospital. And she's like, okay, well, what hospital? He goes, I don't know, they're in the hospital. And it's like, she asked like 20 questions. And she's like, what do you know? Because he just keeps saying the same thing, like,
Yeah.
she's in the hospital. And she's like, so what do you know? And he goes, so-and-so called, so-and-so's in the hospital. That's all I know. And that is to a T, my wife and I. She'll go like, my parents.
That's us too. I feel like that's my husband. He never has the right answer. He never has any details that I actually need with like life details. No. So like
that. And so she's like, my wife would just go like, okay, so like when do your parents come down? I'm like, I don't know. They're coming down like this day and leaving this day. She's like, okay, what time? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, well, what are we gonna do over here? I don't know. She's like, what do you know? I'm like, I know they're coming to town. That's all I got. If I knew more, I would tell you. And that happens. So
can I ask, like, are you please. Men afraid of asking more questions? Like, are we afraid of a little bit more detail? Because I feel like you guys, you do this. Okay. Or you just like,
I don't know that I'm scared of asking more questions. I think though it comes to the details of like, my brain is not thinking, let me ask all these questions.
Yeah.
My brain is just like, you told me something? Okay, cool. And that's all. And then that's.
I guess I am more of a details. He's more organized detail, but I have to know the details before.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that also comes from my background of being an artist and like advancing shows and needing to know the set time, the load-in time, this. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer. All I know is like, if I don't know details, don't care.
Yeah, you're just like, see you when you see it.
Yeah,
or let me know when you get here.
Like my parents came in town like a week, like last week or something. And my oldest goes, Dad, when's Grandpa gonna be here? And I'm like, I don't know. I text my dad. I said, Roman wants to know where you are. He said, tell him I'll get there when I get there. And I'm just like,
2 peas in a pod.
There you go, bro. My wife's like, what? I'm like, she's like, what? So what are we gonna do when they get here? I'm like, I don't. Or it's like when somebody, like a friend calls you and tells you something, and I'll go to my wife, be like, guess what? And she's like, what? And I'll tell her something.
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, so then what about this? I'm like, I told you, I from the jump, I told you every detail I had. So it doesn't matter how many different ways you ask me new questions. I
know.
I don't have the answer.
But I know what, like you do. You're like, here's, guess what? And you give this big juicy thing. And then I have like 20 million follow-up questions. And you're like, no, you don't get it. That's all I have. Yeah. And I'm like, what do you 100%. Mean that's all you have? Go back. Go ask more questions. He's like, no, I don't care. I'm like, please. You men are amazing.
We had friends. Yeah, we're a mess though. Like we just like the reality is like most dudes just don't care that much about details.
And like that's fine, Yeah. That's okay.
I just don't like details stress me out.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Can you shut your brain off?
No.
Okay.
Like I love asking couples.
Yeah.
I have like this theory. It's been proven wrong, so I guess it's not really a theory anymore.
Okay.
But I think like in a relationship, there's always one person that can like as soon as their head hits the pillow, they are asleep. And then there's the other one who like is up thinking about things they did in 5th grade. And that is me. I am up constantly.
1000%.
And I have a hard time going to sleep because I'm thinking about everything I ever did wrong in my life or silly things I've ever said and analyzing it. Now I've gotten older and I'm like, this is silly. I don't need to be doing that. But you can't help it. So I have a hard time shutting my brain off. It's still moving. My husband knocks out.
Yeah.
So
that's Tori can't go to sleep as easily now. I mean, that's just
she's a mom, 2 kids.
So, but no, my brain, she asked me one day, she goes, can you think about nothing? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, apparently, she's like, there's like people who can't shut their brains off. I'm like, yeah, my brain doesn't stop ever. Like I will be laying in bed and I'll go, oh, what if I reach out to this person and what could happen? Like that's just the way my brain functions is like, I just cannot not think about something.
No, I start making lists of things that I should have done that day or I already can do tomorrow. One of my favorite features that I discovered is the texting that you can like send a text message and like
you can schedule a text.
You can schedule a text.
I always forget you can do that. Because you know how to do? I'll just be in bed at 11:30 and you just text somebody and just be like, you know what? If you don't answer or you get pissed at me texting, you turn your phone on Do Not Disturb mode. That's on you.
I know,
like,
right?
Just not
like,
my
come
fault.
on.
Yeah.
Right? But no, I've discovered that because I used to do that too, and I still do. But like, if it's like my booking agent, I'll be like,
oh, for sure.
I'll wait for her in the morning. If it's a friend, I don't care. Family, sorry.
There are certain people's like, So it's
That's
like,
been a new thing because I'll be up and I'll just do
So
that.
you just got married last fall,
I
correct?
got married. Yeah. It's so much
And you and your
fun.
husband have been together. How did you all meet?
We met in high school. Well, I mean, we've gone to the same school. We grew up together
Okay.
since like 6th grade.
No
But
way.
we kind of dated on and off all of like high school, and then we got back together in college and then have been dating ever since. He moved to New York City for 2 years after college, and I
Okay.
went to Belmont here and stayed after school because I wanted to do
Yep.
music. And then 2020 hit, and he moved down here with because of the pandemic and never left. And so then we got married, last year. So we've been together for a long time. We've grown up together. We were talking about that and seeing different versions of each other. But the best part is that we grew together. We grew better together. And it's been amazing. And so we're looking forward to it. Married life has been fun. It feels weird. Like I still feel like I'm, like a child. I'm like, there's no way I'm supposed to be an adult right now. Like, I don't want to be an adult.
That's like one of the weirdest things in life, I feel like, is I don't feel old.
Yeah.
Like I just turned 32 yesterday.
No, you're not old.
So like, but then I meet someone who's like 22 or 23 and I'm like, now maybe I am kind of old. Like, but it's, but especially it's like Victoria and I have been married almost 11 and a half years now.
Yeah. So wow.
So we got married like, I mean, we were children when we got married.
Yeah.
We were so young. Like I saw a picture of me the other day from like 4 years ago, and I'm like, God, I've aged a lot in 4 years.
No way.
No, I'll show you a picture later.
Well, you do have kids, so that's a lot of work.
Yeah, now I have 2 kids, and I also, in the midst of that, went through like one of the hardest seasons of my life, and you don't realize how much depression ages you until you get on the backside of it. You like see pictures, you're like,
holy cow.
How did no one tell me that I looked like I was getting hit by a bus? It's
I
so
highly doubt you looked like that, but it does take
I
a
will
toll
show you a
on
picture. It does though. I'll show you. I have picture evidence of like me 4 years ago, and I'm like, I look so young. And then I'm like, even me 3 years ago, I was like, I look so young, and I'm like, I look. Yeah, it's
you got your spark back.
Something like that.
They say. Yeah.
I just heard that recently.
I love that saying.
That's a great saying.
Yeah.
So, what are you, 8 months into marriage?
Yeah.
Where did your husband go to college at?
He went to the University of Dayton in Ohio.
Yeah,
so
shout out Dayton.
Really fun school.
There was an AAU team when I grew up playing basketball, that the Dayton Flyers that used to come to tournaments. I don't know why I remember that.
That's their, that's the college, Dayton Flyers, but.
There was also an AAU program.
That's funny. No, I'm sure there probably is.
Maybe I'm wrong. But there was a team from Dayton.
Yeah, that sounds right. There probably was.
There was,
You were a baller?
I mean, yeah, in some regards. I'm washed now. I am so washed. Now,
you got to be careful because that's how so many of my husband's friends have torn their ACLs playing basketball later in life.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. See, I actually think that my ACL is torn already.
It's already gone.
I really one of my good friends is he is a physical therapist.
Great.
And so I hurt my knee. I don't remember. I've got a tear in my right shoulder.
Oh, yeah. I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, when you hit 30.
Did you grow up playing sports?
I was a gymnast and a dancer, competitive dancer and a cheerleader. So I was very flexible, bendy.
So you were the athlete version of a cheerleader, not like the
yes, I was
version.
Thank you for, thank you for saying that.
All right.
I was. I was the
Yeah.
It was my team too. My grade.
Yeah.
We all were really good. We had great jumps. We could do standing tucks. We could do fools. We can throw any trick you wanted.
How long did
we were good.
How long did you do that for?
Well, I did competitive dance for 11, 12 years.
Yep.
And that's the dance show TV the TV show Dance Moms.
Oh yeah.
There's one Candy Apples that's on it. They're right by us in our hometown. So I had some friends that were on the show, which was cool.
Way.
And then gymnastics for 10 years, but when I was really little, and then did cheerleading, just the high school normal stuff, and then the competitive on the cheerleading high school stuff that we weren't good. We were good, but we had a small squad compared to other schools, so we didn't
100%.
quite take it seriously, but it was a good time. And then I did school musicals and stuff like that. So growing up, I didn't have any free time. I had one time.
So you're basically just Gabriella from High School Musical.
That's right.
That is, listen, still one of my favorite movies. I'm never gonna be you're never gonna shame me for it. I just don't care.
No, it's good. It's good.
It is a cinematic masterpiece. I don't care.
Ortega doesn't get enough credit. Have you seen The Descendants?
No.
Okay.
That was like post my childhood.
No, same, but I still like it and I still watch it. It's way post my life as
we're
I
not
was grown up. I'm an adult. That's
I was gonna say, like, we're pretty close in age. So it's like I say it was post my childhood. If it was post mine, it was for sure also post.
Yes, we are in the same boat.
But
like
that is
still good though.
No, my sisters were cheerleaders growing up, and you know the whole adage growing up was like, is cheerleading a sport? And growing up, I was like, absolutely not, because like I went to small Christian schools. Like,
not like,
you know how many people were in my graduating class? I think 13.
Wow. Holy cow.
Yeah. When I was a salutatorian, and my wife goes, it doesn't count when there were 6 people in your class. And I'm like, last time I checked, I still have a sash that says salutatorian.
Yeah.
I also graduated high school 14 years ago. Why do I care? Like,
that's a big deal. You should be proud of that.
Was there a culture in your hometown of like people who couldn't get, I feel like it is everywhere, but like people who couldn't move past high school?
Yes. I mean, I will say, I feel like my grade kind of broke that generation. Like a lot of people, I know moved away for the first time, but usually you don't really leave. Was
it like that in like where you grew up in Ohio, where it's like so many people don't leave?
Yes. Yeah. But I noticed that a lot of people in my grade, we were kind of, I feel like a lot of them went to college. Everyone kind of went to OU, the Ohio State, Kent State, Akron.
I love that you said the Ohio State.
Dayton, the Ohio State.
I don't know. I don't even remember when that became a thing.
You know
it's
what?
been within the last like 20 years where it was like,
when you're just that good, I don't know. So,
but hey, you know what? One of the greatest moments of my life was the playoff run in 2025.
Yes.
When we beat Tennessee. Beat the piss
that was crazy.
And so I let my oldest, he was our only child at the time. I let him stay up to watch the game with me. And my wife was at work. She was bringing 5 guys home. I don't know why I remember that, but it was like the first time he had 5 guys.
Details are important.
Yeah, details that don't matter are important.
Though.
So we're sitting on our couch at our old house, and I've got nervous energy. Like I'm a very, very competitive person. Like it's one of my most toxic traits, but like it's just I can't turn it off. It's just so like even as a fan, I'm like in the weeds of it.
Yeah.
So that game starts, and I'm like, we're either going to get the piss beat out of us or we're going to kill them, and I don't know what's going to happen. And the game starts, and 4 plays in, Jeremiah Smith catches a touchdown pass. My oldest is sitting beside me, and I jump up, and when I jumped, I slammed my arm down and almost broke his wrist. He's like, Dad! It was
like, holy, you're like, but you're fine.
I'm like, dude, get over it, you're fine. Yeah. And so fast forward, we then beat the brakes off Oregon. My grandfather is the reason I'm an Ohio State fan. He grew up in Ashland, Ohio.
Okay, yeah.
So like middle of nowhere, Ohio.
Yeah.
And then like his parents, his mom still lives in Grenada Hutton.
Okay.
Well, I mean that talking about middle of nowhere.
No idea where that is. Yeah.
Is
it near Ashland?
I think like an hour away. I'm trying to remember what city. It's near. It'll come back to me eventually. Maybe remotely near Marietta-ish. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I think he drives through Marietta when he goes there.
Yeah.
But so my grandfather and I decided that if we beat Oregon, because we were trying to watch the game together, it didn't work out. He's like, if we beat Oregon, I'm going to come down and we'll watch the Texas game together. And I'm like, all right, sick, let's do it. So they come down to watch it. And, we get snowed in and, we're watching the game. Roman had stayed up for most of it. And we hit the point in time in the game where we're up 7 and Texas is on the 4-yard line and has a chance to score. I blacked out when Jack Sawyer had the scoops. I literally blacked out. I don't know, everyone else is asleep, but me, him, and my grandmother are awake. And we're jumping up and down, losing our. That was one of my favorite moments.
It was wild.
I was so sick.
It was so much fun. They're just fun to root for because of those moments. I love
sports.
Yeah, me too.
But it's also why am I 32 and sports also determines how I feel about life. I don't know. When Duke just lost, I'm also a massive Duke basketball fan, which I get a lot of crap for. That's neither here nor there.
That's fine.
So when Duke's up 20-something on UConn, my wife's at work, so I have both boys trying to watch this game, trying to keep the baby happy. My oldest is doing God knows what. And we're up, and then all of a sudden they start coming back, and I'm like, please don't do this. Please don't not 2 years in a row. Don't lose a massive lead 2 years in a row in the NCAA tournament.
Don't do that to me.
And then sure enough, we're up 2, 4 seconds left. We get the ball, And I'm like, it's over. We won. We're going to the Final Four. Nope.
That was crazy. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then
Alex
the
Carabin.
last
I think it was Carabin
minute.
Who made this.
That was really sad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it sucked.
That you had to go through that.
What, this is deep emotional turmoil for me. I love how serious you are about that.
That was sad for you guys.
That
I
sucks.
remember it now. Yeah.
And everyone loves it. Everyone loves the turmoil of Duke. Anyways, that has nothing to do with anything important.
No, but we love rooting for those teams. And, are you a Titans fan? Are you a...
Yeah, I mean, didn't grow up near professional football. So, my grandfather's a Browns fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So my mom's side, because you're from West Virginia, I'm from Ohio. My mom's side is all from West Virginia.
Really?
I think a lot of people.
What part of West Virginia?
I was sitting here trying to rack my brain. I cannot think about it. But my great grandparents came from West Virginia, coal miner.
Way.
And came
they were
over,
coal miners, and they were southern West Virginia.
Okay, really?
Probably.
Okay.
Is my guess. That's where all the coal country is. It's you talk about out of middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
That is.
Well, I just thought that was funny that you have family in Ohio too, in West Virginia, because that's
because your home,
a lot of them.
Excuse me, you and my wife were born probably in the same hospital.
I bet we were. There's one.
Akron Children's is the only hospital.
Yeah.
That's where she was born at. And her mom worked there. I think her grandmother also worked there for a little while. I'll have to ask her, but she lived there for the first 4 or 5 years of her life.
I mean, what are the odds? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then did she go to West Virginia? Back to West Virginia?
So her mom married her stepdad when they were 5. He did this. This is where it gets dark.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to ask about you and talk about you on your podcast.
Okay, listen. At this point in time in my life, it's just all going to be out there. The only thing I don't talk about is what school my son goes to. Other than that, it's all out there.
Yeah, that's good.
So I don't care. She and her stepdad, her mom and stepdad got married, and this is where it gets dark. He did med school somewhere in northern Ohio. I don't really know how they met, but they met somehow. He then does his residency at the school up north.
Okay.
You know what school I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
The school up north. We don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it.
I
can't say the word.
Yeah.
I could throw up if I say the word. It's just, anyways. So they go up there. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. I knew it. She's
yeah. Your manager just said that, and I could throw up. Anyways, digress. So they go up there, and then he was from Ironton. Her stepdad's from Ironton, which is right outside.
Yeah.
Huntington.
Mm-hmm.
It's near Ironton, Ohio, Ashland, Kentucky, and Huntington, West Virginia are all within 20 minutes of each other. So they moved back to Ironton. Ended up because he worked at a hospital kind of outside of Huntington.
Okay, cool.
And then they ended up moving to they lived in Wayne County, which is just middle. I mean, you talk about Wayne County it's more redneck than where we live, and we live kind of redneck, which is hilarious. But so we went to the same Christian school.
Okay,
she's older than me, so she's a cougar, and she loves to know that. She's about to be mid-30s.
I love it.
She's just she's like, I'm not that much older than you. I'm like, I know, but it's just so much fun to say.
It is so fun. I love it. Yeah.
But so we went to the same middle school together.
Okay.
And that was how we first met. Her older brother and my older sister were in the same class. And then her family, she left that school. I also ended up leaving the school, going to a different school. And then our families ended up back at the same church. When she was in college, I was a youth pastor to church. This is very confusing. Her family went to the church I grew up at, where my family still went at the time. I ended up speaking at an event for that church. She ends up being there. We spent the whole day together. I'm going to just go ahead. I've never said this. I know for a fact I've never said this on this podcast. Well, I don't think I have. What do you want me to say? So we hung out all day. So didn't ask her out there. Didn't ask for her number, nothing. I send her a message on Facebook, and she was like, I was like, hey, let's hang out sometime. She now to this day still gives me shit about it. She's like,
because you didn't make a move. You just were Facebook message.
Yeah.
You're trying to be polite.
This was pre-Tinder. Yeah. This was before all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been together 15 years almost, 14 years. Yeah, wow. I think something like that. So we started dating December of 13, and then we're married February of 15.
Dang. That's wow.
Yeah.
But what a beautiful love story.
It's crazy.
You grew up together too, so you guys knew each other for a long time. Yeah.
And so that's what people are like, how did you get married, engaged 9 months later? I'm like, I tell people well, I just knew. When you know. When you know, you know. You just know.
Yeah.
So was there so husband.
Mhm.
We're gonna get to music eventually. I promise.
I don't
Anyways, we're gonna get to music because I do want to talk about that. But I also I love to get to know
Yeah,
people because I think that matters in the scope of life.
I
Anyways,
agree.
so when you and your husband went to separate schools, you come to Nashville to go to Belmont. He
Mhm.
stays in
Dating.
Ohio,
Yep.
and then moves to New York. How did that season? Because you all were dating officially then. I'm
Yeah, we
assuming,
did
right?
long distance for a long time.
Yeah. How did you make it through that season of life to then get to the marriage point? Because like he then moved here, you end up getting married, but like
Yes.
getting through those years when you're also young and in college
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
have been easy.
No, it was not easy. It was hard. Took a lot of communication.
Which
And
guys are awful at. Just gonna go ahead and say
yeah,
that.
they are awful.
We're
and
bad.
now that he is, I mean, ever since he, um, I would just say being in college is tough. It's
Yeah,
hard to
for sure.
communicate. Like, and also, like, I don't want to hold him back. He doesn't want to hold me
Mhm.
back. I want him to, I want him to have fun.
Yeah.
Same to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's tough, but it takes trust. And then,
Yep.
Going to New York, I love New York City. So I got to
Mhm.
go there a lot.
Did he go there for
And
work? Was that
he went there to work. He stayed
Okay.
with some of his very best friends. His
Cool.
younger brother now lives there too.
Mhm.
So it's just a place that he never really had been outside of Ohio. And so
Yeah.
he was just wanted to try something new. And I was like, do it. And I was like, if we work out, we work out. If we
Yeah.
don't, we don't. Like,
Mhm.
at least we gave it
Yeah.
our all and we gave it a shot.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it takes a lot of communication. Him and I have a great line of communication now,
That's great.
probably too
Yeah.
open at this point. But hey, I mean, we know everything about each other.
Yeah.
We grew up together too,
Right.
which is really
And that
nice, like I
helps
said.
a
So
lot too.
we know all the same people,
Yeah.
our families, but we've gotten really good at communicating, which I think has helped us. And that's why through long distance, you
Mhm.
learn how to communicate because you have to.
Yeah.
And then when he moved down here in 2020, like I was like, we need to kind of like see if we like each other. We've never lived in the same place like
Yeah.
before.
Mhm.
And then I was like, oh, I do like you. This is cool. This is gonna work out, I think. So
Dang.
it worked out.
That's
But
so different. I mean,
it
because like
is.
at that point in time, like when you go to high school or when you leave high school, go to college, you're like 17, 18, 19. You're young.
You know nothing.
And
you
then
don't know what
you-
you want.
No.
I mean, the world
You know what I
is-
think is the most flawed concept in our American culture is that you're expected at 18 to know what you want to do for the next 60 years.
I think it's
50
pretty
years.
crazy. I mean, I
It's
think
insane to me.
half the people that get their degree, and I might be more than half, and there's nothing wrong with this, but you end up doing something else because
yeah,
you change as a
100%.
person, and there's nothing wrong with
And
that.
that's why it's like, I've had this conversation on this podcast before. So like, it is what it is. But being in ministry, there's this whole world and concept of calling.
Mhm.
And it's not just ministry. It's used a lot in the church religious ministry world, but it is a very globalized used concept of like, I felt called to do this.
Mhm.
I have a lot of issues with that concept in that word because I think what it does is when you say I'm called to something in particular, you then make the assumption that that is the only thing that you are supposed to do and can do.
Mhm.
So what happens if life changes? Does that mean you were never called or that you failed?
Mm.
And I think of that when it comes to like this conversation of like how like at 18 you're expected to like know what you want to do for forever. And I'm like, yeah, but
Yeah.
18 to finishing college is a big jump. And then from 22 to 30, you're going to change a lot. And who knows what's going to come about and what's going to happen. And like some people do know when they're young. Like
And I'm
when
very
did
jealous.
you know
Oh,
that
no.
you wanted to do music?
No,
Did you?
no, I always loved music.
Okay.
Growing up, I sang, I did musicals, I did voice lessons, I did everything. I always thought it'd be fun to be on stage.
Yeah.
And I was on stage and danced and did everything, but like I was too afraid to ever say like where I come from. I didn't know anyone that's ever done or ever chased something like this.
No
so it was really
way.
difficult. And I didn't think it was possible. I'd go to concerts, not to like enjoy the concert, but to like watch and to study and be like, that's so cool. Like, what do they do after? Who are the songwriters? Like, I would look through my CDs and look
You're
through
a
all the
nerd,
credits.
too.
And
I'm such a
I
freaking
loved all
music
of that.
nerd.
And
When it comes, nobody
man.
else cares about this, but it's like most people like that love music
Yeah.
don't know or care the like fine tooth nitty gritty details about like how many songs has this person written.
Mhm.
It's like so. Ernest was on John Chris' podcast, which John Chris I find hysterical.
He's funny. I saw him
He's so funny.
the other day at a coffee shop and I was like, oh my God, I love you. I
Yeah,
didn't say anything
you should
'cause
have. He's one of the nicest people.
he
I've
seems
met him a
nice.
couple of times. Because I had a mutual friend when I worked at a golf course. Anyways, he's also funny in real life.
Yeah.
But so on that episode when Ernest was on recently, they start talking about Ashley Gorley, who Ashley is. He's
Yeah.
one of the most talented, insane songwriters ever. But in that, they start talking about how he's won the Triple Play Award at the CMAs like 4 times or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember. And like most people don't give a flip about that, but I'm like, I'm such a nerd about those things of knowing like how many #1 songs that guy's written. And not only that, how many #1 songs he's written. Like the Triple Play is like he's had 3, I think it's 3 or 4 #1 songs in a calendar year. And he's had that happen. I think he's done that 4 times or 3 times in a year for like 4 years.
Yeah.
Whatever the number is. I'm like,
It's
so the fact that you're
wild.
also the same way and like
Oh, I
growing
love
up
all that
that way.
stuff.
So
Yeah.
do you remember the first like major concert you went to?
My first concert, my first concert was the Cheetah Girls.
Stop.
What was your first concert?
Okay, hold on. You know my first like actual concert I went to, or my first like concert I cared about that I went to?
Yeah, well,
Because because
'cause,
like I grew up in a very like conservative Baptist family. So
Mhm.
like I wasn't allowed to listen to pop. Like
Yeah.
like for real. Like this is like legitimately I was not allowed to listen to. I remember being at a friend's birthday party when I was a kid and they were listening to Backstreet Boys. I had to leave the room.
Yeah.
Like it was that world that I grew up in.
Yeah.
So I don't remember the very first, but like there was a Southern gospel group called the Martins, or gospel group called the Martins, was like siblings. We saw them. There's a Southern gospel group called the Crab Family. You've probably never heard
I
of
have
any of
not,
these
but
people.
I'm sure they're great.
The Crab Family saw them a lot. The first though, like have you ever heard of the Gaither Vocal Band?
Mm-mm.
They're from Indiana somewhere.
Okay.
I think is where they're originally from. We saw them too many times.
Yeah.
But so it's like that was like all that says like, but I'm trying to think. Oh, man, what was the first? You know, one of the first show I ever saw in Nashville. Have you ever heard of Will Hogue?
Yes.
I saw Will Hogue at the Basement East.
He's great. Good to see him at Basement East too.
It was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
11.
I don't know what my first Nashville one. I mean, of course, I grew up in the era of like the Cheetah Girls
Yep.
and Miley Cyrus and the Jonas Brothers and Justin Bieber and Taylor
Oh.
Swift. So I've seen all of them. And then
Have
I
you
graduated
really?
to like one of my favorite shows was Brothers Under the Sun tour, and it was Tim McGraw and Kenny Chesney. And like what
Okay,
a tour! A dream to be on. Like, yeah.
You know, I think the first non-Christian music concert I went to was Journey in 2012.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That was fire.
That's great.
Saw Journey. Which like wasn't the Steve Perry Journey,
That's
which
okay.
Steve Perry is
Yeah.
just a legend. But
Amazing.
no, like someday I want. You know, he's doing his residency in Vegas
Really?
again at the Sphere.
Oh yes. I did know
So
that.
he
yeah.
did one before and he's back doing it again.
Yeah.
There's a
It
video
looks amazing.
that he sang oh no, now he sang I Go Back. But there was a different one. There's another song that he sang that was not a song that he sings very often. And now it's going to come back to me at some point in time. But it was on, I think one of the greatest albums of all time is Kenny's When the Sun Goes Down.
100%. Couldn't agree more. I
one
mean,
of the greatest albums of all time.
No, I completely agree. It's so good. It's wild. I love him.
I saw he did an interview and talked about his top 5 songs.
Yeah.
And 4 of his top 5 are my top 5.
Yeah.
I think almost identical. And 4 of them are from that album.
I think Kenny Chesney is like the Mariah Carey of summer. Like
yeah.
Mariah Carey has
Absolutely.
Christmas
Yes.
and winter,
And he
has
for
the
summer.
summer. It's Kenny Chesney
Yeah.
in the summer. So,
100%.
yeah.
Oh my God. He is just like, it's like when you hear summertime, you're like, it takes you back to like being 16.
Yeah.
And
all of those songs.
you know?
I got the opportunity to open for Kendall Marvel and Casey Beathard, the hit songwriters.
Okay.
And Casey he wrote No Shoes, No Shirt, No Problem by himself.
Yep.
He's written Boys of Fall. He's
God.
written, I think,
Are you
literally so many of those songs that just are so nostalgic
Yep.
for all of us.
Yep.
Like that just hit you in your feels.
And I also think our generation is maybe the most nostalgic generation ever.
You know, I have to say I agree because I am very
I am too.
nostalgic. Yeah.
I am too. It's like
I don't know. I care
The
about
question,
that stuff.
yeah, I do. I know. I really like. You know what I think some of that is though. I think our world is so loud now
So true.
in every regard that I think we were the last generation to have a childhood that was simple and was not overly loud.
Yeah.
And overly filled with just everything.
Yeah, the iPads, the TV.
Yeah. Like we had
screen
game
time.
systems and stuff like that and technology, but it was like so different. Like it was so simple.
These
It
kids
wasn't
don't know
like,
what a Wii is. You know what I mean?
well, my son does because we have a Wii
You have a
upstairs.
Wii?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
We have Wii bowling. Oh yeah, we have a big time.
You are really raising them right. Yeah.
We are attempting to. But you know what I mean? So it's like I
Yeah.
think that's though is why now it's like my whole TikTok, I swear, is like vintage Christmas nostalgia. And I think part of the reason we are so nostalgic is because at the end of the day, what we all want is to feel that simplicity of what it felt like to be a kid one more time.
Yeah.
Of like not being overwhelmed and bombarded with information and knowledge and stress and expenses and all of that stuff.
That's so true. It's like the ignorance is bliss. Like you don't know.
Yeah, that question was asked yesterday.
Really?
Of like when we're hanging out on the boat with our friends, we're like, if you could go back to any point in time in life, when would you go back? I'm like, oh, I would go back to being a kid, like to feel that simplicity. Like, would you want to go back with like knowing what you know now of how much simplicity there was, or go back or go back with no knowledge? And I'm like, I don't know the answer to that question because that's too deep of thinking for me to get into right now. But like at the same point, I'm like, I just like to go back and feel this, like what you felt as a kid at Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, I
and we saw
ache for it
malls
every year.
Yeah, I
I
do too.
mean, it's
And
like,
I'm a huge Christmas
me too.
person.
It's just not the same.
No,
and
it's not.
And
It's
it will,
hard.
I mean, maybe when you like you have your own family, like,
Yeah.
but it's, you know, and I'm like, everyone's, you know, I just got married. Like
Yeah.
my brother has 2 kids, you know, like everyone's kind of growing up and going their own ways and getting
that's
married. And
hard.
I have a twin sister too, but
Okay. So do you have 3? Is there 3
there's
of you
3
total?
of us, yeah. So
Okay.
my brother
You have
and then
twins.
I
Are you
have a
identical
fraternal.
twins?
No.
Okay. Okay.
She has dark hair and
Really?
she has like a cool sleeve tattoo. Like she's super cool and I'm not. We're like day and night, literally.
And she said,
So-
I'm not cool. She's a country
not.
music artist and says I'm not cool.
She's
Okay, duly
cool.
noted.
Gina, she's cool. She's cool.
That's the
And I'm
best.
not, but she's
Are
the
you all
best.
close?
We are.
Were you always close
No.
or did that come later? Yeah, later in life.
It came later because we're so different.
Yeah.
Like it was hard. I felt like I'm mothered. I'm the youngest by 40 minutes. So out of all by us as twins, but then out of everyone, I'm the youngest. And I'm like, I act as the oldest.
Yeah.
I mother everyone.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to. I'm just like, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I have to
No,
help
I get
you,
it.
you know?
I get it.
So
I'm the middle. Well, so there's now 4 of us. My youngest sister was adopted
aw.
when we were all out of the house.
Yeah.
And but she's been in our life since she was born.
Yeah.
My parents adopted her when she was 3, I think, something. So I'm the middle of 2 sisters.
Oh yeah.
So like one, I was the problem child. My mom's like, you are not. I'm like, shit. Like we all know that I was the problem child, like massively so. She posted something yesterday on my birthday about how like I was like 10 pounds or something. I was a gigantic baby.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was huge. And she was like, I just wanted this kid out of me, blah, blah, this and that. And I commented, I was like, I've always been the problem child. And I partially say it because like she's like, no, you're not. But all that to say, I am the middle child that has the most. I'm like, I give oldest child like,
vibes. Yeah.
and like I think my older sister would probably acknowledge that. If not, then she's lying to herself, and it's fine. I'm gonna get it. When I say anything on this podcast about my family, I get a text from someone. So someone in my family, my dad, my mom, my sisters, one of the someone is going to. You know, the biggest thing I get from them is that this is not a family-friendly show.
This is
and they're like,
What?
we can't listen with your youngest sister around because you say the F-bomb sometimes. And I'm like, what am I, 16 again?
yeah.
You can
no.
take my learner's permit so I can drive.
I think it's family friendly. I think you're doing great.
I've been relatively well behaved today. So, okay. So back to the music side though.
Yeah, of course.
Well, hold on. Let's go back. I want to talk about your siblings a little more. So you were the youngest, but gave off like you were like the oldest.
I'm like the mother hen of everyone, and I don't want to be. Trust me, I
Really?
don't like when they're like, "Okay,
it just
stop
kind of
mothering."
came naturally.
Yeah, we're just like I just have more of a independence,
Yeah.
and like I don't like getting yelled at. I don't like being in trouble. I like following rules, and
You're a rule follower?
I'm trying not to be. It's like on my to-do list
Yeah.
to not do that.
Okay.
Like, I'm
That's a
trying to
great
be
way to
better
define that.
at
That's
being
awesome.
more crazy. But I think because I grew up with siblings that were like that, it
Yeah.
made me it made me very
Yeah.
anxious. And so I
Yeah.
look back and I'm like, I realized, growing up, I had a lot of anxiety that it wasn't helped. Maybe
Yeah.
kind of because like my sister would always like run off in a store. Love you, but she knows this. And I'd be like, she's
Yeah.
getting kidnapped. Like, where did
Yeah,
she
yeah, 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 yeah.
go?
I think
So
that's
caused a lot of
interesting.
stress.
Yeah, that's so interesting because, like, I think when I was younger, I was probably very much a rule follower, but I also had a lot of, like, anxious tendencies as a kid. Like, I
Yeah.
remember being a kid, we used to go to Dirty Myrtle every year.
I love that.
Have
I've
you ever
never heard of Dirty Myrtle, but I
You've
understand and I
never
know
heard it
exactly what you're talking about, but
you've never heard it called Dirty Myrtle?
no, I
There's n
haven't.
Have you heard it called Yeah. Have you ever
Is he
Let's see.
really?
Have you ever been there for, like, a music fest or anything like that? Wait, hold on. The best thing about that place is the golf, by a mile. Like,
Really?
the golf there is phenomenal.
Mm.
But so, I remember we went there from the time I was 5 or 6 until right before we had my oldest. So, there was I was 23, I think the last year we went, 22, something like that. So, we went there for, like, 16, 17 years.
Yeah.
With a couple years, maybe we didn't go. But there was a year early on where we were staying at a hotel and somebody pulled the fire alarm, and it was, like, middle of the night. And all the hotels there, or the greater majority, there's, like, they're like, oh, I don't know. I was gonna say something that's awful to say, but they're like hotels, they're like rooms where the door's outside. You're
Yeah.
not like in a hallway in most of them. You're like entering in from outside. So like that creates like, and mine and my sister's room that we stayed in was always like on that side. So like there's always that,
Oh, yeah.
One time my dad left the keys to somehow we stayed at a hotel that had an actual key. And I remember my dad leaving the key to the room in the door and
Yeah.
the security knocking on our door. I don't know why I remember that.
Because it kind of traumatized you probably a little
but
bit,
so
scared
one year the
you.
fire alarm
Yeah.
went off and we had to like go outside and stay and like the fire trucks came and it
Wow.
made me scared shitless to stay in hotels for the longest time.
Really?
But
That
then
is
somewhere
yeah.
along the lines though, I quit being the rule follower and became the like, you're not gonna put me in a box.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna put me in a mold. And I think some of it was the environment that I was in of like being in a very strict Christian school where it was like
Mhm.
my hair couldn't touch my ears. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't wear shirts with we didn't have uniforms. We had like a dress code. So I
Okay.
couldn't wear shirts with like a logo on it. It was this whole thing.
Well, then, I understand that.
You
That
know?
you were like, well, for the first time in my life, I'm
Yeah.
gonna cut my,
And so
color
now
my hair. I'm gonna do
so now
this.
you fast forward being 32 and I'm
Yeah.
just completely unhinged and but like
Yeah.
we'll
No, you're not.
we'll be with my family and there's like people and those people look at Troy and be like, tell him to be nice. I'm like, listen, respectfully, if she can't get me to be nice and to behave, you think you're gonna get me to? Like respectfully.
Yeah. No, I get it.
One of my
Yeah.
favorite things to say though is like to just be overly sassy and then say like disrespectfully, F off.
I
Not
love when they're
respectfully, like disrespectfully.
or no offense, but
Yeah, no offense, but let me say something wildly offensive that's
But
gonna bother you.
yeah. I know. Yeah.
But like when in life did you and your sister get closer?
We got closer. I feel like when, I moved to Nashville and I came here for college. I went to Belmont
Mhm.
and she stayed at home and went to
Mhm.
Kent State. And
Shout out Kent State.
shout
I had a
out.
friend who cheered there.
Oh, yeah. Pretty good cheering. Pretty good football school and cheer and
In
passion.
Marshall University
Yeah,
used to be in the
Marshall.
MAC with Kent State. And so
Yeah.
I grew up, watching.
That's
Yeah.
right. Marshall. Yeah. I had a friend that golfed there. Went to college for golf there and stuff. So that's
No
the only reason I know
way.
that. But yeah,
That's
that's a great
wild.
school too. But
I mean,
when we
great's
went,
relative, but
I was gonna say, I actually don't know much about
Yeah,
Marshall
no.
besides my friend, but
in the plane crash. That's how everybody knows
oh
Marshall.
shoot, you're right. I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Oh my gosh. Well, Kent State had that iconic shooting too, so there's a lot of sad stuff.
That was recently,
too.
wasn't it?
No, that
When
was
was
back
that?
in the day, but yeah.
I've seen that. Recently.
Anyways,
Sorry,
tough stuff.
We're on a tangent. But so in
Anyways,
college,
so leaving my sister was really big, and
Yeah.
it was the first time I, got to finally be myself and be independent, and I was really excited for
was
that.
there a lot? Did you, as a kid, have a lot of comparison between you and your sister? Did that cause
Always.
a lot of anxiety and stress for you growing up,
I
or
d-
how did that play out? Of the like,
Yeah.
why aren't you more like her, or why isn't she more like you? Is that
I feel like that's a great question. So she was blonde growing up too, so we looked pretty similar.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but we still looked like we could be twins. We were twins. We kind of did everything together. We did
Okay.
everything the same, and I would say that we were kind of at the same level. We would push each other. Like if she would get a trick and be brave to try something at gymnastics, I'd be like, okay, now I need to do that too because she's doing it, and if she can do it, I could do it.
Yep.
And so it pushed us in good ways. I never felt competitive with her. I don't think she ever felt that. Like I said, it was a healthy, like, we didn't want, one was never better than the other. Like in dance, like she could turn really well, but I could do this well. I don't even know what. Like I was better at the emotional stuff and like lyrical, and she was better at hip hop. So like we were both good at the same things, but then we had little special things about us. And then I chose to kind of go the music route, and that was kind of my thing. And for a minute, it was really cool to be just Karissa and not Karissa and Kendall, even though I love my sister, but it was an adjustment. I've always been a part of a team, like a dance team, a cheer team, everything. I'm a great team player. And even with my sister, like my whole life, I never walked in a room alone. And I don't have problems doing stuff alone or walking into events alone because I always had someone growing up. So I don't know that feeling. Like I feel fine going somewhere by myself. I feel fine eating at a bar by myself. Like I don't, it's okay, but I owe it all to growing up with my sister. But doing music for the first time was really hard because I was by myself and I was excited for it, but I also like I miss my team, you know? And so it's different when you have to do something so kind of daunting alone, I guess.
100%. Well, because it's so unique too, because like when you talk like you in the music industry and like starting a journey as an artist, like you're not in a duo or in a band. Like you have a band that plays with you, but like you are a solo artist who is trailblazing a path for yourself. So did you come to Belmont for music and know that was that was going to be the journey, or was it like you came to Belmont, then get into like decide, okay, no, music is now the route I want to take?
I started doing music by like my senior year of high school. I was like writing songs and recording and doing studio stuff. But when I moved here and went to Belmont, I went for like music business. I didn't do music. I was afraid. I didn't know if that's what I wanted to do yet. But then when I got here, and there's just, I mean, the insane amount of talent that was at Belmont.
I can't imagine.
I mean, not even in the country genre, really. Like, I mean, pop, like there's rap, like
I cannot
the songwriters, the musicians, the artists, and these people that have been already doing it for years, like that grew up going to songwriting camp. I'm like, I had no idea that was a thing. Like, that's crazy. So it was really inspiring, but also very scary for me because I was like, I once again, like, I'm not good enough. I can't do what they do. Like that mindset of like being in my small town, like no one's doing this. And so many people have come up to my parents and being like, I could never let my daughter do this. And thank God I have the best family in the world because they are so supportive and so loving and encouraging of this career. My dad's a big dreamer and believes in manifestation. And of course, faith is really important to us too. But like I wouldn't be here without my family because it's such a huge gamble and to chase your dream. It's hard to like have the courage to do that.
1000%.
And so thankfully I have so many friends that I went to college with that were so talented, but they didn't have that love and so just that encouragement from their family, like to do it. And so they didn't chase it. And I'm like, come on, like you can still do it too. Like I feel like there's never a time where you can always be a songwriter, you can always be a singer, you can always do all this stuff too. So, but I came for music half.
There's so many different layers to like what you just said that I feel like we could touch on. I would say this. I get this sentiment hearing you say that of how much the feeling is there of like how many people die never doing something that they want to do because the fear of doing it was so large.
The hardest part is getting started. And the fear of failure is too much for people. And it's too much for me, but you have to.
What was the feeling like for you when you released your first song? Were you absolutely scared out of your mind?
Yes, I was going to say full of fear. Fear that we didn't do it right. Fear that I released bad songs. And of course they're bad. They're my first songs. Like that's your whole, I've learned that like everything you release, like it shows your growth and your different stages of your life.
And I think that falling in love with the growth of yourself as an individual
Yeah.
and being okay with you're never going to look back at something and go, that was flawless. But when you do it, you have to feel like it is and then just put it out there. I
Yeah.
remember when I released the first episode of this podcast, I was like, if I do this, there's no turning
Yeah.
back. Like the second I press publish and upload and this is out there, there's no coming back from
It's
it.
scary.
And it's
fun.
Yeah, but at the same point in time, I adore doing this.
Yeah.
Freaking love it.
It's so much fun.
I don't want to do anything else.
And
I absolutely love it.
haters will hate.
How old
But
were
they
you?
hate because they're not chasing their dream either.
Well, not
They're
how
too
old.
afraid.
Well, yeah. I don't mind hate.
No, I mean,
I don't mind. I can't do ignorance hate.
yes.
But like, I don't care as like, if you hate on me or what I'm doing, I don't give a flip because like like all that's going to do is I promise you, I will look at you and go, huh.
Yeah, it's
You know when
no
it works?
sweat.
I just
yeah.
because it comes back to the competition piece. Like I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But so how long post college did you officially start your artist journey and did you release your first song?
I graduated in 2018 and I released my first song, I believe either 2018, 2019.
So pretty quick.
I released first because when you're young, you're like, you have to get all this music out there so I can play shows and I can sell CDs. And so I had like a little EP. It was like 3 songs. And then I moved on and released a few singles. And then I had another EP called Blossom. I named it after Blossom Music Center in Akron, Ohio, that I grew up seeing all like my favorite artists from.
That's so sick.
And being inspired by.
I adore when artists do stuff like that. That is like an ode to.
Yeah.
There's just such like this tension. I feel like sometimes where people don't want to acknowledge like their upbringing or where they came from, which I can be saying I'm from West Virginia. Like it's West Virginia. I can be that way at times, but at the same point in time, it's like when artists do something like you did, where you release an EP that isn't like a nod to like this is where I fell in love with what I have, or what I'm doing.
And for me, like I was like, I'm doing it.
Yeah,
like. Everything I've dreamed about sitting in those seats, watching all my favorite artists perform, like here I am. I'm playing shows and I'm releasing a project that was kind of like my first one. I think there's like 5 songs on there. And it was so fun. And then we moved on to another one. I think the next one was It's Personal, where, you know, the songs keep getting better. I'm getting more mature. I'm growing. I'm becoming more nostalgic. I'm writing about my hometown a lot in my life. And really finding my voice, writing more. And then I released and then COVID hit, of course. So right after college, I started releasing music.
You put a bunch out very quickly post-college.
Yes, yes. I've had a lot of music out, I feel like. And then another album last year, or another EP last year, Growing Wings, which, you know.
Is that a 7-song EP? Is that
yes, it is. It wasn't supposed to be, but we added another one on last minute. Because why not? Who cares? I can do what I want.
That's kind of my thing is like, why not try?
Yeah. I mean, what's it gonna hurt? You never know if you don't try. That's kind of what the whole, my one song in particular, Growing Wings, is about. But on that project, they have a little bit for everyone. Like if you're going through heartbreak, if you're finding love, if you just want to go out and have a song that you're gonna drink to at the bar,
fun.
It's a fun project. But Growing Wings in particular is about moving to Nashville and how scary that was to make that jump. But I would have never known that it was the best decision that I ever made unless I tried, because family is so important to me, and leaving everyone behind.
Oh my gosh.
And missing, I have such major FOMO. I feel like I use that word twice a day.
Is your whole family still in Ohio?
Yeah, and we're all within miles of each other. I grew up with my cousins on the road, grandma down the road, literally other grandparents on the same road. We're very small but mighty family. And so leaving the nest was so exciting, but really hard because I wasn't there for all the big events.
And probably the first one to do it.
Oh yes. I'm the only one.
In generations.
Yes.
Ever. Yes. To do it. And is that is nerve-wracking.
It is. And my parents dropped me off at college and they didn't really cry because they knew that I was supposed to be there. They knew that I was going to be taken care of. They knew that it was the right place. And I know, we talked earlier about being called to do something.
Yeah.
I like to use the word pool because I'll even look at different food and I'll be like, I'm feeling like that one's probably gonna be better for me right now. I don't know. I feel these I don't know, vibes. And I got that pool from Belmont and I was like, I feel like Nashville is where I'm supposed to be right now. It's just that's my pool. I don't know why, and it's been the best thing that's ever happened to me. Probably, I didn't have any other plans. Like I had a few other colleges in Ohio, but it didn't have that feeling. So
that is the amount of artists that I either know or I've had on this or we talked to is like all of them are just at the end of the day, they're like, I don't have plan B. I don't know what else I would do.
Yeah.
Like which I so believe though that in life you can fall in love with comfort.
Yeah.
And you can fall in love with stability. And like with that, I just use this analogy. I use this analogy on an episode of this. I used it yesterday talking to a friend of like, so many people in life get on a boat and they got all the cords but one. And because when they look back, they see the stability of being tied to the dock and they don't look ahead and see like, if I cut the cord and I just go, like, look where who knows where I could end up.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying.
Yeah.
But so I think it's so cool though for you to hear like you were willing to, because so many people aren't willing to leave their hometown.
It's tough.
I know so many people who like will never leave their hometown.
Yeah. And to be honest, like my hometown, I love it.
Yeah.
I get why they don't want to leave because I get why people don't.
You have the National Football Hall of Fame.
We do.
Who would want to leave that?
We do.
You go to the Canton game every year.
I know. Literally. It's so fun. It's cute.
Yeah.
It's homey. You have your people, like you have your bars. Like, of course, there's not much to do like Nashville, but you make your own fun. And that's when you have like
headquarters there.
Yeah, Goodyear. We had
Don't ask me why I know these random things.
Timken Steel, Bridgestone tires too, and Goodyear. And
well,
I went to Hoover High School, which is the Hoover Vacuum oh my gosh, Hoover Vacuum Company.
Wow.
So like, you
guys got some big names.
I know. Well, that actually like it reminds me. So sorry, I don't mean to skip ahead, but I am releasing a song in July, and it's called "The Country."
I thought you say it's called Hoover, and I'm like, there's no way,
right? But it's like that. I should have put it. I always forget about the Hoover Vacuum Company too, because they have like this big building, and it's all like abandoned, and I don't know when they're going to do something with it.
It's abandoned now.
Yeah, it's been abandoned for years.
No
I don't know why, but yeah. So I went to Hoover High, which is named after the Hoover in honor of the factory. But yeah, but like we have so many, it was a blue collar town. You create a city, you have all these like, companies like factories that created the city to made it run.
It is a very blue collar town.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because like I don't feel like too much in the northern part of our country, you think of like country.
Yeah.
Or like blue collar. Like that is typically a southern thing. Because I was gonna ask, I'm sorry, I interrupted what you were saying.
No.
Like I was gonna ask, like, how did you coming from northern Ohio and, kind of more city-esque to become a country artist? What was the through line, for that for you?
I don't really know. I just loved country music. I just resonated with it. When I first moved down here and went to Belmont, someone was like, "Oh, you're from Ohio. What, do they only have cornfields up there?" I was like, "No, we have so much. That's crazy." And then I was like, actually, there's a cornfield in front of my house, on the side of my house, on the back of my house, and down the road. So maybe there are only cornfields. It is pretty, like where I grew up, it's not the countryest spot.
Yeah.
But I think all of the surrounding areas, I call that all home. And it's very wide open spaces, farms, crops.
Wide open. Who was that?
Dixie Chicks, yeah.
Right. I knew that. I don't know
one of the best songs.
Yeah.
And it's true. So I grew up on land like that, and being surrounded by it, and a few counties over, they show pigs and horses and cows and do all of that stuff. I was not raised on a farm. I was not raised like that. I have such an appreciation for it. I have friends that have done it. We're more of a suburb of the city.
I grew up in the suburbs too. I'm from West Virginia, and I was suburbs as hell.
But the suburb, but we border like kind of where it gets
you border the
country. More farms and land, and so I got to see it. But then I've played shows all around now, and especially in Ohio, and there's a lot of area that is
for sure
just middle of nowhere country, and I mean that in the best way. Like it's so peaceful. So
my cousin went to Cedarville University.
Yeah, okay.
You talk about middle, like it's like you're an hour to like Walmart.
Yeah,
and it's like you're just driving through cornfields, and then bam, there's this massive Christian university. It's like, where did this come from?
Yeah,
like So this is hilarious. I've never told this story in this podcast, but I think it's so funny because my wife just said it yesterday. my cousin, he's like 8 months older than me, but we grew up together. He got married in Champaign, Illinois.
Yeah.
His wife is from, or like right outside Champaign. His wife's from that area, and they got married at this wedding venue in the middle of a cornfield. And so we are sitting she is sitting at the rehearsal, and my cousin's younger sister, who was also my cousin, but like my younger cousin is sitting beside Tori, my wife, and she goes, I don't know if she would remember saying this, but like we're in the middle of cornfields. Like, I mean, when I say middle, like we are surrounded, like it was like children of the corn. And she looks at her and goes, Tori, if you get hungry, you can go out there and pick any of her corn. And Tori, I don't know why it was so funny, but oh my God, it just,
because
and
it's
now
right
it's just
there,
a
it's
joke.
true.
Yeah, and she, exactly. Tori's like, what do you want me to do with a raw ear of corn? You want me to go chew on it?
If you're just a little hungry, you can gnaw on it. You know what I mean? Who cares? The point is it's there if you need it.
Who was the first country artist that you were like, I want to be like that?
Gretchen Wilson, without a doubt. She changed the game.
God, she's
because
such a legend.
It goes back to the cool thing. I heard her music and I was like, I just loved her energy, her attitude, her sass. Like, I don't give a crap kind of vibe. And like, she's my alter ego. Like, I want to be her so bad.
Have you ever gotten to meet her?
No. She's so cool. And I was like, I want to be cool. I want to be like her. She's on my list, of course. Her and
I have a question. This came up in conversation with my wife yesterday. She asked me this. Who would you fangirl over right now? Like, you're in the industry. So like, because like I want to talk about like who you've been on tour with too. And like some of what you've been doing. But like at this stage, so you're in the industry. So you're not far removed from like,
no,
I mean, like you've gotten to do stuff with Randy Travis.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like,
yeah, Randy's
you talk about one of the biggest legends in country music ever. Like, it's him. So like you have been around some of the biggest names. Who though right now, if you like met them, would you fangirl over?
It's really hard because country music feels like a family.
Yeah, for sure.
And everyone's just very chill. And like meeting Randy Travis, it wasn't until like after I was like had a moment like, oh my God. I got the opportunity to sing He Walked on Water, a Randy Travis song for Randy Travis. It's one of my pinch me moments.
That's unbelievable.
And I'll never forget it, but it was, I mean, it's insane. Like, but in the moment, you don't really, they're just normal people. You don't, I feel like I get more fangirly over like songwriters personally.
Yeah.
But I will say like Dolly Parton is on my bucket list that I feel like I probably wouldn't be myself around her. I try to keep it together.
I know.
But
I that's the thing. It's like, I think some of it, like when my wife asked me, she's like, would you fangirl? I don't remember who it was. I don't remember who we were talking about. And I'm like, I don't know. Like at this stage of my life, like I don't feel like I'm that far from being able to meet people like in this world.
Yeah.
So like it would probably be someone that I think my answer was it would be like JJ Redick, who's now the head coach of the Lakers.
Yeah.
And was my favorite basketball player growing up. It would be like someone like that is like he and I share a birthday.
No way.
Yeah, he's born 10 years before me, but our birthday is the same day. But anyways,
so cool. Adele was a big one for me too. Adele is like one of my all-time favorite artists. So like if I got to meet her, even though she's not in country, like that would be really
well, because my wife asked me, she's like, would you fangirl if you met like Morgan Wallen? I'm like, I don't know that I would fangirl over, like I think, or Joe Jonas. Yeah. I'd probably fangirl over Joe Jonas.
Like you have such an appreciation for their music and stuff, but you also like know that they're just people too.
And you've been able to like, you especially have been able to be around people that are very well known, and you just like, it becomes normal, and you're just like, you remember this, like, because also you are the wildest thing to me. So we have a friend who's a country artist, and she's just a friend of ours, like one of our closest friends. And I told her this. I was like, the weirdest thing to me is how there are people who like deathly fangirl. And it's like the same thing for you. Is like not like you're now just, whether you want to be or not, you're now one of my friends. So it's just where we are. We follow each other on Instagram, so it's official. We're friends. And so, but it's like, that's the thing though, is like now you're just like, there's like people that all like that will fangirl over you, and that like knowing someone that people fangirl or freak out over, I'm like, is the most like mind tripping thing, because I'm just like, like they're just because it's just that thing you're saying, like they're just people. You're like, at the end of the day, we're all just people living on the same spinning ball in the middle of outer space.
Literally, there's nothing like, I don't believe in putting certain people, especially like celebrities, on a pedestal. They're just
Well, because at the end of the
people.
day, you're also a celebrity, so like call it what it is.
No, but like, yeah. Well,
You know?
what'd you say?
I
Sorry.
said you're a celebrity.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's what I thought you said. But like Taylor
Your man
Swift,
just
like,
sitting there shaking your head, yes.
well,
Okay,
Taylor Swift.
how many
like,
how
let her get
many followers
married.
do you have to have on Instagram to be a celebrity? That's a real question.
I feel like everyone's version of that is so different too. Blue check mark.
Not a purchase blue check mark.
Oh no, not
if you have a purchase blue check mark, yeah.
I don't even know how you. I didn't know you could even do that.
Yeah, you can become meta verified now.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, and you can buy the blue check mark. Oh yeah.
I'm surprised that they didn't make people who already had a blue check mark like pay for it or something. I don't know.
Well,
they
like,
do that on Twitter. Oh really?
I don't. Yeah,
I was gonna say
know.
that feels like a move for them.
There is a yearly subscription, but like you can. So like I've
Am I
looked
on
into
that?
becoming like verified because it's like
No, you could
page,
get it. You
Isn't
have
her page verified?
articles, right? You could easily get verified. That's what the misconception is you have to have
you
followers.
verified?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you have a blue check.
Yeah, I had
Okay.
blue check on TikTok when I had like no followers, and people like hated on me because they didn't understand. And
Yeah, I have like
that's not how it
1,200
works.
followers, but like I can't wait to get a blue
It
check
doesn't
mark
matter.
and
It's
people
not
be like,
about the numbers.
You
Yeah.
paid for it.
No.
No, I didn't.
No, it's not about the followers.
Dead ass, I didn't pay.
Yeah.
Okay, but no, hold on. Seriously, how many if you have over like, I don't know.
That's how I look at it though. I think viral's 1 million views.
How many
too.
followers do you have on Instagram? Do you pay attention to that?
I have like
30?
Sadly, almost 20K. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, like that's things like, but when you,
Yes, I have a lot on TikTok.
but when you think about that though, of like that number looks so small because then you see like Justin Bieber has 5.7 billion or some arbitrary number, and then you go like, so then you think about like 20K, and you go. Think about 20,000 people.
You fill a room.
That fills Bridgestone.
I know. That is how you
Do
have
you know
to
what I
look
mean?
at
And like
it.
that's like the most wild thing is like this number seems so small. So again, I think you're
it's good
celebrity.
Perspective. No,
I think you're celebrity. We're just gonna call that what it is. But here's my second question.
Yes.
How many views does a video on Instagram or TikTok have to get to go viral?
So I'm pretty like I guess I'm harsh. Like for me, I think viral is like a million views. Like that did really well because I'll have
you
some
ever had a video have that many views?
Not for my music, but yes, I've had like a 17.4 million. I did this JCPenney photo shoot with my family. We redid and we did like
I swear to God I've seen it.
You probably have. I mean, because
I think somebody sent it to me and said we have to do this, and I'm like.
Oh, no, it went mega viral. I had housewives commenting on it. Like,
all right,
it was crazy.
While you're
I had
talking,
it pinned on my
I'm
page for a while. But
it's not on your Instagram, on your TikTok?
I was on Instagram. It did better on Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
But this is the thing. I post it every year and I get almost 1 million views. I posted it the first time, the year we did it, I posted it. It got no views. And I reposted that video the next year and it blew up. And ever since, I get at least 500 followers every year from the video, which I'm grateful for. Yeah, that's it.
That's the most fun thing. Is like my friends have liked this video. I swear to God, I've seen this because somebody sent it to me. And
yes.
Hold on, I
had people text me like, "Oh my God!" Like my friend of a friend texted me this saying we should do this, and I'm like, "I know her." So
I'm
funny.
almost convinced that I have seen this, and it has been we have to do this thing. I'm sorry. That's so random. That is funny.
But
though.
yeah,
but
that
so
was
like
my only viral moment. So,
but so you have like that's the thing is like my favorites when people are like I had a video go viral. I'm like you have 1,200 views. What do you mean it's viral? Like
to me personally, that's okay. Hey, it did well.
It did well.
Like, how do we work on it?
Yeah, that's the things like
yeah.
Because I have not had anything with this podcast go like viral yet. But I've had videos do pretty well. Like my son, I had him on it, my oldest, and it like some clips from that hit like 12 or 14,000 views.
Yeah, that's
really
great.
good.
Yeah,
really good. But I'm like, I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna sit and go like, dog, we went viral. Now to him, he thinks so.
Of course,
because he's a dude perfect guy. So like, he knows all the like internet. I don't
even know anything.
He's like, Dad, what do you think about? And I'm like, dude, what? That's when I know I'm getting old.
Yeah, I know. I haven't watched Love Island, but I'm into reality TV. I love it.
We used to watch The Bachelor a lot.
Yeah, me too. I haven't watched that.
My wife worked with a girl who went on it somewhere along the line.
Oh, cool.
So,
yeah.
Years ago. So like, but now we used to watch all that stuff. And I love trash TV.
Me too. But their lingo is like, the one guy was like, I'm cooked. And I was like, I can't.
Yeah, dude, it's like, what
that means. What are you saying?
Okay, so
I'm old.
I have a question.
Yeah.
This just clicked when I was thinking about asking you this. So you toured with Zach Top, DB,
Well, yeah,
Dirks.
I opened for him last year. It was just one show, but it was
Oh,
the
okay.
most amazing show in the world. So
Did you meet Tim Sargent, his lap steel player?
no, but he's incredible.
I loved him.
No, I didn't get to meet any of them.
Okay, so I've known Tim for, oh my gosh, 10 years, probably close to it. He was mutual friends with a guy that worked for me when I worked at a country club, and we got to know each other. That dude, he told me stories one time. This was several years ago, about like a show they'd played and what they were getting ready to do. And I looked at him, and you talk about like this world of country and how like everyone's normal, and he's telling me what they're doing, and I'm just like, the normalcy that this is for you is stunning. He's like, it's just like my job. I'm like, no, I know, that's one of my point.
Yeah.
But Tim is, he is from like the same hometown I'm from or close to it.
Wow.
He is the freaking best.
Yeah.
He is like, if you ever get to meet Tim Sargent, he is one of the
very talented.
He was, so Dirks played College Game Day when they were at Vanderbilt last year. And I saw Tim on TV, and I took a video and sent it to him. I was like, everybody's excited for Dirks, and I'm just, it's just you on my TV.
Yeah.
And he responded to it. But I saw a TikTok one time too of like Zach Top walking on stage and Tim's in the background. I was like, I don't know why they're yelling for Zach when you're the real celebrity in this video.
The rock star over here. Hello.
So what was that like though, getting to open for them?
Well, first of all,
how did that come about?
It's a country concert in my hometown called Country Fest. It's like a 4-day thing. They have like only like 4 acts every day. They have really great artists. But I grew up going to it. The last time I went to it was right out of high school. And I went to see Dierks Bentley. And I remember thinking like, dang, this would be so cool. Like if I would love to be up on the Country Fest stage. I hope I'm on there one day if I sing. And he seems like he's having so much fun. Like, and little did I know I planted the seed. It's always been on the back of my mind, like to play Country Fest. But I want to earn everything. I want to work hard for it. And then I got the call last year, like, hey, you're going to be on Country Fest. And I freaked out. They surprised me. My management, my team surprised me. And I was like, holy cow, this is a dream come true. I didn't think this would happen until I was, farther in my career. And I'm just grateful that they gave me that opportunity. But it ended up being a full circle moment because it was on the same day as Dierks Bentley. There was 5 days, and out of all the days, it was me, Tyler Braden, Zach Top, and Dierks Bentley. So big full circle moment. Just one of those timing things that, like, yes, you want these things to happen in life, but sometimes God has a better plan, and if you just wait, it's going to be better than you ever expected. Because playing Country Fest would have been good enough, doing that just in general with anyone, but being able to do it on the same day as Dierks Bentley, who I like look up to, and where I first planted the seeds was really special. What an awesome show. And he's such a class act. He shouted me out. He shouted everyone out on the stage. Didn't even get to meet him, but like he still said little old me, my little name out there, and it meant the world.
He's one of the nicest human beings. I've not personally met him. I have some friends that know him, and I've heard nothing but like he's one of the greatest humans in the world.
Here. I used to stock his CDs. I worked at a record label and stock his CDs, and I used to stock David Nail's CDs. And then fast forward, that was my first kind of real tour experience, was opening for David Nail. He's been such a great mentor and to me as well. So like, you go from, I think I just respect these artists more than anything because I've helped them on the other side, even if it's like sending out merch and stocking the CDs and being on the record label side. But like it's cool now to be in the lineup with them and be in the running with them, and it's really it's amazing. It feels like you're doing it.
Is there just like a sense of like, so when you get to open for Dirks and for Zach at that show where you're like 10 years before, was it 10? Did you say like 10 years before that you went?
Yeah, probably a little less, give or take. But yeah, basically,
I heard
like
10 years and my brain.
No, I mean like
but
almost.
But you were there at that
probably.
thing, and then like you're sitting there, and then now you're.
Yeah,
oh my God,
like 6 years later, here I am on the stage,
so
and I'm opening for him, and has the same slot of like, I don't know if he was headlining or not, but either way, like I think he was headlining. We stayed for him. That's what we went to go see Dierks Bentley in the 5150. Somebody called the po-po. I love that song. Wow. So such a fan of him, but
I love hearing that for like artists like you. Let me ask you this, because like we got to wrap up here soon.
Yeah.
But the worst thing you did was tell me that you didn't have a time that you had
I'm
to be
so
finished
sorry.
today.
We can wrap.
No, I know. I just want to say it's like, we could sit here and keep talking for
No,
forever, and I
yeah,
love
we
it.
could,
My wife's like,
'cause
my wife goes, did you really need to release a 2.5 hour long episode? I'm like, either people are gonna love it or hate it. And my hope is like, if I lose track of time, that means it's a great episode. So
yes, I
I like,
agree.
and
It's
also, you
fine.
know what? At the end of the day, it's my podcast. I don't
You
give
do
a
what you
flip.
want.
I don't have.
Period.
We just goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You know who my team is? Me. I answer to me.
Who's making the decision?
Well, I mean,
Me.
Andrew, your management team.
Yeah,
I
I
answer
do
to
have
them
a
a
little
little
team.
bit.
I have a
So
good
it's
team.
like,
They will
it's
tell me if
fine.
something's up. Yeah.
But no, so at this stage, like you're now, like you go back to thinking, pre-COVID and starting your artist career there. You're now 7 or 8 years into your journey as an artist. They say Nashville's a 10-year town.
Yeah.
That's the idiom that exists here. Everyone has said it. What's kept you like, and then like you throw in the fact like you got married.
Mhm.
That adds a whole wrinkle to being a female artist.
It does.
Like whether people realize it or
Yeah.
not, like it.
And I didn't
adds-
care. I was like, this
Good for you.
this career in the stream is so, you're in the dark.
Yeah.
You don't know. And this is the one steady thing that I have. And I'm not gonna,
Yep.
this is keeping me stable. This is keeping me
Good for you.
alive. This is my life. And I that wasn't even a thought. Of course, people express that, but I was like, this is the only like thing that I actually know is real. And
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
that's gonna happen. Like, so yeah, it definitely does, but it hasn't for me. I mean, I think what keeps me going is I still have things that I have to cross off my bucket list I haven't gotten to do.
That's
And
so
I'm
cool.
not gonna stop until I get to do those. Or, so many I'm a big yes person.
Mhm.
If you ask me to do something, I'm all about experiencing life
Mhm.
and new opportunities, and you just don't know what's gonna come. And
Yeah.
it's so cool when doors open that you never expected, and now you get to do so many different things that are in the realm of entertainment, even though it might not be singing. But I just think there's so much out there that I want to experience, and I just love being in this industry, being in the entertainment industry. Because I just love being around people. I love singing. I love doing music, and I'm realistic. I'm seeing where it goes, but I love it. I have so much fun. I feel like I'm just getting started because I'm just really figuring out my songwriting and my voice and
Do you feel like
writing with
that's only
different
come though as you've
people.
gotten older?
Yeah, because you have more to say.
Yeah.
You have more to write about.
And
You have
there's
more
a wisdom
life.
that comes with getting older, and I think too many people give up on their dream or what they're doing too early because they're young and
they're afraid.
and they're scared, and rather than have a little bit of patience and have a little bit of just like, even if it doesn't, like, it's going to take time to look like what you believe it can look like.
Yeah.
But if you just wait a little bit and don't give up too soon. Like that's, I think my thing is like, I'm way too scared to give up before things could happen.
Absolutely.
Then I am scared of not giving up and nothing happening.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
100%. I feel like it sounds easy to come here and be like, I want a record deal and I want all these things, and you want to be an overnight success. Of course, you think that way at first, but then you really understand that that's not going to be the best route.
No,
and we're all in different
you're dead
routes.
on.
But it's like getting in an elevator. Yeah, you could go to the penthouse. But for me, I wanted to stop at every single floor
Shout out Buddy the
before
Elf.
I get up to the top.
That's some
Because I
Buddy
want
the
to,
Elf energy.
What'd you say?
That's some Buddy the Elf energy. Which is funny
little
because
zoom.
I hate that movie. I digress.
You do?
I'm a huge Christmas person, and I think it's the most overrated Christmas movie of all time.
I don't know if I can comment on
Let
that
me
one.
hold on. Let me
Dave,
also
but-
tell myself most of that is a bit that I'd have. It's just like it's just a bit. It's like it
It's a
gets
good
people
bit.
like your reaction is exactly why I
Yeah,
said
you
that.
rage baiting me right now. Same.
Yeah, there's no way. Everyone's like, "How do you hate that movie?" And I'm like, "Okay, but here's my defense to that.
Yeah.
Is what about a grown man trouncing around New York City in tights is a good movie. It freaks me out. Gives me
Listen,
anxiety.
you can't break it down like that.
I know. That's what I'm
But-
saying. It's like I don't break anything else in life down the way I break that movie down. But my other hot take? I have not given I started giving hot takes on this podcast all the time. I had a whole segment called "I Said What I Said."
I love
Haven't
it.
done in a while. You know what really gets people going? I think Jenny's ice cream sucks. And if
What about Five Daughters?
I always.
Have you been to Five Daughters?
Oh yeah, I do
Okay.
love Five Daughters.
Okay, same. Okay, yeah.
But so it's like I always have to like add a
it's
disclaimer that if the Jenny CEO ever sees this, like it's kind of a joke. I'm just my
Yeah,
opinion. Like
it's just a
don't
bit.
C&D me, please, for the love
I
of
will
God. Like I
still
would
eat
rather.
it, yeah.
But-
I love Jenny's.
But no,
I
back
love
to what
it.
you're saying. My ADD kicked in for a second. I'm sorry.
No,
But
you're
you're talking about like
fine.
being on the elevator though and writing. Like you
Yeah.
said something though that I wanted to say something about. You talked about like in essence like you never know what's on the other side of a yes.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you a quick story.
Mhm.
I've never told this story before. I got an email to the Greenhouse Email, which is the company that like that Deepish that lives under, that I started, and I got in, but it was a follow-up email to a guest inquiry that I had missed the initial email.
Oh,
And it
no.
had been sent like 2 weeks before, like right after New Year's. Like I had accidentally deleted it or something because I wasn't used to getting emails to that. It was like the first inquiry I'd gotten from anybody
Yeah.
of like, hey, because like everyone I had on up until that point for the most part were people I knew or was connected to through someone. And I to this day don't know how this person found Deepish. Swear on my life, have no clue. I think though it was because I had a girl on named Parker Gray, who Parker's become a good friend. She came on, and then this PR firm, somehow she's connected to them. They sent me an email. Well, I get the follow-up, and it was like, hey, this is an artist. We'd love to have them on your show. We think it'd be a great fit. And I was like, this is new to me. I don't know what to do. And I had one mutual like friend that followed them. And I was like, do you know them? And they're like, I have no idea who it is. And I contemplated saying no because I didn't know the person.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I'm going to say yes. And I said, I'd love to. Let's have them on. As a result of that, I then have now had on multiple other artists of theirs on. And within a week of that episode coming out, your management team sent me an email. No clue if that's how she, but like, so all that, all of that says like, I was so tentative to say yes because I just didn't know. And now I'm like, now 90% of people have on. I have no clue. No, I've never met them
they
before.
found you. You don't even probably have to find people anymore. You know what I mean? They just reach out.
Well, somewhat, yeah. But yeah, all that says like, I do think one of the biggest powers in life we have is the 3-letter word yes. But also one of the biggest powers we have is the 2-letter word no.
Yeah.
And you have to know when, because like not every yes is a good one and it could screw you.
I've learned that too. Yeah.
I have as well.
Pleasing. I'm a recovering people pleaser.
Yeah. I spent 5 years of my life losing sight of who I was because I thought, this is the way I describe it. I thought if I became who other people wanted me to be, I would get what I thought I wanted. And I lost sight of that.
Yeah.
And so that's now why you get the unhinged Jake.
Yeah. No, I love it. Well, it's made you who you are today. 1000%. And it seems like a pretty good guy.
It's that authenticity piece that we talked about earlier of like, let me ask you this to finish because we could keep talking further.
No. Let's wrap. You're good.
How much, like we talked a little bit about like being married and how like you knew that was like the steady, consistent piece for you that like you knew you needed this in a life of unknown and living in the dark a little bit and you needed that almost security. How much has being married and you're 6 months in, but you've been together for a long time. How much has that changed songwriting and your perspective on life?
Well, it's different. I want to write happy songs, like I love writing the breakup, heartbreak anthems, but I am just not at that place in my life right now. And so I've been writing a lot of more reflective life songs and love songs and songs about him. Like we have Working Man that I hope will come out later this year. That's about him and makes me smile. And I have another song called Slow Burning Sunday that's just about like, the little moments and enjoying life with that person and not getting caught up in all the hoopla and whatever. And so I'm writing just more like, I don't know, happier songs, which is nice for a change because I have a lot of drinking songs and I have a lot of, I have a few sad songs.
Drinking songs.
I know. I do. I got one for everything, I swear.
You know one of my favorite songs right now.
What is it?
Mackenzie Carpenter has a song. You know what song I'm going to say?
I don't know because everyone's good. Every single song of hers is a hit.
Drunk Cigs is one of my favorite songs.
It's a good one.
Because I joke about Drunk Cigs way too much for someone who's never smoked a cigarette and has never had a drunk cig. This is a true story. So for my birthday yesterday, a friend of mine walks in with a bag, with a bat, like a gift. And like she'd been overseas and like was like, I think she was in Monaco. And I go,
oh, wow.
I was like, did you bring me French cigarettes? Because she's like, I'm going to bring you one to try. I'm like, all right, I need you to know, like, I've never had a cigarette.
Yeah.
She's like, you've never had a cigarette? So I was like, did you bring me French cigarettes? And I pulled out like 9 pounds of tissue paper. And there's a box of Marlboro Reds in there. That now I just have a box, it's like a half empty box of Marlboro Reds. And she's like,
here you go.
And I was like, I've never actually had a cigarette. She's like, There's no way. I'm like, yeah, I've never like.
I haven't either.
Yeah,
I got the asthma. I don't know. I'm afraid.
I got the asthma. It's one of the funniest things I think I've
I got
ever
the
heard.
asthma. I'm too afraid. I can't do it. So,
Oh,
but
man.
yeah,
But
I
no.
know. Everyone jokes about it. I think
Yeah.
she's a fabulous artist. She's one of my favorite ones. I think she's a great
so good.
songwriter. She has great
Yeah.
songs.
And like all that to say is like, that you started talking about drinking songs.
Yeah.
And that just reminded me. Sorry.
That's a good one.
I do.
Yeah.
I love drinking songs.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
who
we're in
doesn't
Nashville.
like-
You have to write the drinking
Yeah.
songs and get them out of your system,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah,
start
yeah, yeah.
writing the real stuff.
So
yeah.
what's your next song coming out?
My next song coming out in July is called "The Country," and it's all about taking a break from the city
Yep.
and being like, everything comes from the country at the end of the day. Like
Yep.
the shirt you're wearing, the food
Yep.
you're eating, the whiskey, the coffee, the wine. I mean, everything comes from your
I love
tires, the steels and that help build your apartments and your cities, the wood.
Yep.
Everything comes from the country. It's a really fun song. It's not supposed to be serious, but it's
love it.
paying tribute to all the hardworking blue collar people in the factories and the farmers, saying thank you to them and or celebrating them, really, celebrating them and their hard work and thanking them for all that they do, because we wouldn't have any of this
1000%.
without them,
And
without the country.
I
So.
fully agree. I fully agree. So do you have any shows coming up soon?
I have some shows in Ohio here
Okay.
for the 4th of July, and then I have opening for Russell Dickerson on August 8th. And yeah,
No
for more
way.
information, you can visit KarissaElla.com. So yeah,
That's so sick. Where
I'm
are you
excited.
opening for Russell at?
At the Mansfield Speedway. I forgot
Shout
you
out
kind of
Mansfield.
know Ohio, but yeah. And I have been a Russell. I'm in WrestleMania. I have been
Hell
a
yeah.
Russell fan forever. So really stoked
Have-
to open for him. It's
Have
gonna be
you
fun.
seen all of the new clothes he's been wearing?
He looks amazing. I
Okay.
love him. I'm such a fan.
One of my best friends is designing his. Is
Really?
making it.
Oh, it looks great. Well, I have to hit you up.
Not a ton. Like he's done. Well, I say not a ton. He's done several pieces for him,
That's a
and
lot.
it's so the dude's a freak of nature. Talent.
Yeah. He is.
Oh
Oh wow, good for him. That's really
It's-
cool.
it's
And then
so
he gets
sick.
to showcase all his stuff on someone who's so talented and
He
also
wrestles
so fun.
good.
Yeah.
What was his the song he did
Yeah.
with the Jonas Brothers? His cover the like
oh wait.
yeah that one,
the
that one.
girls
And the
just
Jonas
wanna
Brothers were on
have
it. It's the freaking best. I just
That's
love
my
it.
turbulence song. When there's really bad turbulence on an airplane, I like shove that in my ears and I'm just
Do you really?
just wanna yeah, it's a hack. I recommend it. It works every time. I'm like, I'm at a bar. I'm not on a plane.
and you're playing in Mansfield, Ohio. with them.
Yeah, Mansfield Speedway, home of the, and then
That's
it just
so
opened up. They just
sick.
redid it. So yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be a fun one. And of course, we have other ones,
I
but
know someone from Mansfield. Now I'm trying to remember what my connection to Mansfield is.
I'm
It's
sure
gonna
you
come back
do.
to me.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'm pumped about it, and we got more shows and more music
go.
coming throughout the year.
Let's go.
So stay
I love
tuned.
it. I'm
Yeah.
so excited. Thank you so much for coming on, Chris.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It was so fun.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Deepish with my new friend, Karissa Ella. Such a fun time getting to sit and talk with her. And some guests that I have on here, just the conversation, you feel like you're talking to an old friend, which is how I want every episode to feel like that, so that you enjoy it. And this was one that just felt like catching up with an old friend. So Karissa, really enjoyed having you on, talking about your journey, your life, and how you've ended up where you are today. And so it means the world to get to sit down and talk with you. Make sure to go check out her music, Karissa Ella, on all streaming platforms. If you're in Ohio, go to her upcoming shows, both near her hometown and then also in Mansfield. I'm telling someone at some point in time, I'm going to remember what the connection to Mansfield is. Right now, couldn't tell you, but at some point in time, it's going to click. But again, thank you all so much for listening to another episode, and I can't wait for next week's episode as well. So as always, please make sure to follow us on all social media, Deep.ish Podcast. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Like and subscribe. What? I don't know why I always say that. It's like a thing, but like each video, subscribe, follow us everywhere. Make sure you don't miss an episode. Review us, share with a friend. Also, shout out my new shirt from Duvin, my guy Austin. Best clothes on the market. I said what I said. Go check them out. We'll see you next week for our next episode of Deepish.